Dojan! What's up, people's via sea and elsewhere? This is Undefeatable Twilight. Oh, well, do I have a story for you? And the answer is yes. This is probably going to be a very long video, I warn you now, so, get yourself comfortable, get yourself a drink or whatever, sit back, and let me tell you what happened to me yesterday. Yes, it was yesterday. So, I got up, I had a gender clinic, I had a hormone clinic appointment, my first ever, yay. So I got up at 6 AM because the hormone clinic appointment was at 10. So I knew they had basically drilled into me, like, I have to be on time for this one because if I'm late then they won't be able to see me, so that was already getting me kind of anxious. So I got up at 6 AM, I barely slept the night before, like, I don't know why, I just could not get to sleep at all, so I had, like, maybe 2 hours of sleep, the previous night. I got up at 6, had breakfast and left to get my train at 6:48. My plan was to do the same thing I did last time, even though that didn't work last time, which was, because the nearest train station to the hospital is Crossgates station in Leeds, I would get, and the hospital is like a 5-minute bus drive away from the station. I get to the station an hour before my appointment, which gives me plenty of time. Even if the trains are late, I can still hopefully make it on time. Yeah, that didn't work last time. I don't know why I thought it would work this time, but come on, I was already getting up at 6. What do you want from me? So I got up at 6, went to the station, got the train, 6:48, it was on time, that's great. Left on time, so everything was going fine, and then we got delayed on the way there for about 5 minutes at Long Preston, I think it was, and then for another 5 minutes at another station, because the train in front of us was late, so that meant that we were late because, they all were on the same track. So my plan was to arrive at Leeds at 8:43 and then get the 8:55 to Crossgates and then get the bus from there. But because my train arrived late, I missed my connection because my train arrived at 9:07, I think. So I missed my connection, and they said the next train to Crossgates is at 9:24. I'm like, okay, that's fine, I can still get there on time because the bus will be at either 22 or 1:45, I could never remember which. But that train didn't arrive until 9:35 and didn't actually leave until 9:50. So by that point I was getting very worried. I was like, oh god, this is all over, I'm going to be kicked off the project because I've been late for my appointment because the freaking trains can't be on time for once in their lives. It's Northern Rail, it's all their fault, really. They are the worst train company in England, I swear. If you ever travel with Northern, then just leave plenty of time, like 2 hours, because there are always delays on Northern trains. It's like a universal constant. Yeah, so I was getting pretty desperate at that point. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do is, when it gets there, I'm going to go to the station, go to the information desk, and say I need to get to the hospital, because I'd already talked to the station staff, saying that, look, I really need to get there on time because I have a hospital appointment. They were like, well, there's nothing I can do. The train's late. I'm like, oh god. So I went to the station and said, look, I really need to get to the hospital as soon as possible. Can I, like, anything? I'll take anything, taxi, private helicopter, whatever. Just please get me there. And they said, well, we can give you the number for a taxi rank. So okay, sure, fine. It's 9:55 at this time, by the way. So I call up the taxi, say, like, I need a taxi to Crossgate Station as soon as possible, please. Thankfully, they were really quick. They got there like in 2 minutes, and then they took me to the hospital. And it was £3, so it wasn't even that expensive, really. It wasn't very far to go, I guess. I got there at 10:05. Thankfully, they still saw me. I ran like full speed all the way from where the taxi dropped me off to the actual place, which is quite far in. You have to walk quite a distance into the actual hospital grounds before you get to the Newsom Centre, which is where the gender clinic is. So I ran all the way there. I was like at the desk, like basically like this. I was like, it's just like completely, because I'm not in the best of shape. I'm not massively unfit, I would say, but I don't run that much. So, and I was like sprinting like really as fast as I could. But I got there in the end, and they did see me, so it was fine. But it was good. They said it was good that I got the taxi. It was the right thing to do, because if I had waited for the bus, then I probably would have been too late, and they would have had to turn me away, so I'd have come all that way for nothing. But they saw me. I got my first hormone clinic appointment. They asked me a whole bunch of questions, mostly medical stuff, like have you had any history of medical problems in the family. I honestly don't know, because I'm not intimately familiar with my family's medical history, but I don't think there have been any significant problems, so I said that. And then all some questions about my own health, like do I smoke? No. Do I drink? No. Do I take any other medications? No. Have I ever had problems with this, that, and the other? No, I haven't. And then I got these, and these two. It's mirrored on my screen. I don't know if it's mirrored on yours, but these are hormone tablets. Yes, I finally have them. So let me introduce you. These are estradiol. That's the official name. Its brand name is Elister Solo, and that's the estrogen, obviously. And then these are spironolactone, which is the anti-androgens. So I take these ones once a day for a month, and then it goes up to twice a day for 2 months, and then I take these twice a day after meals, so once after lunch and once after dinner. And that's it. That's what they are. They are hormone tablets. The way I'm doing it is I'm doing something basically called off-license medicine, which means that you're being prescribed medicine outside its normal usage. So what these are usually for, the estradiol, is for women who are on menopause, or whatever it's the proper term. I don't know. It's for women who have their menopause, basically. It's for relieving symptoms of that. So that's what it's usually for. And then these, the spironolactone, are usually for treating urinary tract infections. But I'm taking them as hormone replacements. So I take them in a much higher dose than they would normally be prescribed. And the side effects were pretty scary, actually. Hopefully they won't happen, because they said it's quite rare. But I've got the leaflet here. They told me what the side effects were, and it says on here somewhere. Yeah, the common side effects are just normal: feeling sick, stomach cramps, headache, increase in size of fibroids in the womb. I don't need to worry about that. Breakthrough bleeding, changes in weight, edema, swelling of legs, breast tenderness and enlargement, mood changes, and changes in sex drive. So yeah, obviously if you're taking hormones, then your body's hormone balance is going to be different, so you're going to get mood swings and stuff like that. And then the uncommon ones are indigestion, being sick, flatulence, gallstones and gallbladder disease, feeling dizzy, migraine, vaginal thrush. Again, I don't need to worry about that one. Increase in blood pressure and leg cramps. And then the rare side effects are loss of hair from the scalp, increase in body and facial hair, which I hope doesn't happen, itchiness and rashes. The main ones they mentioned to me, which the ones that scared me, is that the taking hormone HRT increases your risk of developing blood clots, which can be very bad, because if you get a blood clot and it goes to your brain, you can have a stroke. If it goes to your lungs, you can have pulmonary embolism, and if it goes to your heart, you can have a heart attack and you can probably die from it. I don't know how likely that is going to happen, but the thought of it scared me. But I've come this far, so I'm not going to chicken out just because of that. They said that if my legs like swell up and go like a reddish purple color and become very painful, then I need to call the hospital immediately, like call the A&E emergency services number. And same thing if I have shortness of breath or difficulty breathing or chest pains, I need to call the hospital straight away. So if that happens, hopefully it won't, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I have not ever had problems with blood clots or heart attacks or whatever in the past, so it's less likely to happen to me, but it is still a risk that I have to be aware of, that they said. So that was it. So I have my hormone tablets. I haven't taken any yet, but I'm going to have lunch soon, so I'll take spironolactone after that, and then have estradiol later, and then take another spironolactone after dinner. But that's only the half of it. Get ready for part 2 of my story. So after my hormone clinic appointment, where they also, by the way, I forgot to mention this, they did my blood pressure, and they had to do it 3 times before they got a normal reading, because I was so stressed out from the trip that my blood pressure was really high. So they did it once, it was really high. They did it again and it was slightly lower but still quite high, and then they did it a 3rd time and it was finally back to a normal level. So then they also measured my weight and measured my height to get my BMI, which is fine. They said that's in a healthy range. And then I had another, just like right after that, I had another meeting with the consultant, the one that I usually see. So that was just fine. That was just they talked about like what I'm going to do in future, whether I plan to have surgery, which the answer is yes. I'm going to have the cosmetic vaginoplasty, because there are 2 different things you can do. You can have the cosmetic one, which is basically just what it sounds like, just like it looks like a vagina, and then you can have the fully functional one, which is they make an actual cavity, so you can still have, penetration and whatever. I have no interest in that, so I'm fine with just having the cosmetic one. So that's it. So on the way back, after I did all that, I went back to the train station. I went to KFC first because I was starving. But then after that, I went back to the train station and had some more problems. Because my train back was supposed to be at 13:52, and it actually arrived at, I think, 14:10. So, and then my next train connected, because it goes Crossgates to Leeds, Leeds to Lancaster. My next connecting train was at 14:18, 2:18 p.m. So naturally I missed that one too. So, and I even checked on my phone, it said that the train had already departed before I even got to the station. So, yeah. So I went to the information desk to ask, like, I'd say I missed my train because of delays. Can you tell me when the next train to Lancaster is via Skipton, because I have to go via Skipton because that's what it says on my ticket. And they said the next train to Lancaster via Skipton is at 17:25. Wonderful. It's 2 now, and my next train is in 3 hours, so you're going to make me wait in Leeds train station for 3 hours. I thought, screw that. I'm going to go to Leeds, and I'm going to have a day out, and I'm going to explore the town, because I've never actually been to Leeds before. Well, I have been to Leeds, but I've been there, but I haven't been to Leeds. Like, I haven't actually been in the city, around the city, to see what it has. So I'm like, yeah, screw that. I'm not going to wait in the station for 3 hours. I'm going to go out to Leeds and see what I can do. Which turns out to be not a lot, actually. If you're trying not to spend money, which I am, then there's not really much to do. It's just shops. Like, there are restaurants and there are clothes shops and other kinds of things. I did find one interesting place. I can't remember what it was called now. It was like the Geek Centre or something. It was in a shopping centre, and it's pretty cool. They have like all these kind of animes, like anime posters and DVDs and Magic Gathering card packs, all kinds of stuff that you'd expect to find in a geek store. And they had a pinball machine and an arcade machine. I played the pinball machine for a while. about 10 minutes before I ran out of balls. I'm not very good at pinball. But that was fine, so I spent about 20 minutes there, and then I wandered around town for a bit, and then I thought, actually this is pretty boring, I'm just going to go back to the station. So I went to the station, waited for 3 hours playing Kingdom Hearts 3D on my 2DS, until my train came, which thankfully was on time. Well, it was 2 minutes late, but not very late. But it was packed to freaking amazingly full. Because again, this is also a thing that happened to me last time I went there. That the train back was missing 2 carriages, so we like crammed in like sardines, all like. But thankfully, it didn't last because loads of people got off on like which was Shipley, I think, the next station after Leeds. Loads of people got off there, so I got a bit more breathing room, and then a few more people got off on the next station, so I actually managed to get a seat for the rest of the journey. So it wasn't as bad as last time, but it was still annoying that I had to wait like 3 hours at a station because a train was delayed, and it's not like it's my fault. It's not like I missed the train because I was late. I was late, but it's not like I missed the train because I didn't get there on time. It's because I missed the train because my train didn't get there on time. So it's not my fault that I'm late, and I don't see why I should have to wait for 3 hours in a station just because one of the other trains didn't arrive on time, so I missed my connection. I mean, what if I had to go somewhere? What if I had to be somewhere? Like, I would have been, if I had a meeting or something, I would have been late, and again, it would not have been my fault because I didn't know, because it was the train that was delayed, it was the train that was late, not me. So that's just stupid, but that's how British transport works, I guess. It's like, whatever, it's your problem, deal with it. I can't even claim delay repay because my train was on time. It was just me that missed it because my first train was late, and that wasn't late by 30 minutes, so I can't claim the delay repay. I mean, I'm going to try anyway. It'll probably get rejected, but I'm going to freaking try, because if I was supposed to get into Lancaster at 4:10, I got in 7:30. They say claim for the total delay you experienced, which in my case was 3 hours, so 3 hours and 20 minutes actually. But there you go. So all in all, it was a good day, despite the numerous problems with the transport. So future, what's going to happen now? Well, in a while, I don't know when exactly, but they said it's going to happen. I'm going to be going there quite regularly, actually, because I'm going to have voice coaching sessions, which will be weekly, every Thursday evening at the gender clinic, so I'll have to go there every Thursday. I think the evening time, so I can get there, I can leave plenty of time to get there. I don't have to get up supremely early, and I can also reclaim the cost of travel, so that's fine. And then also I need to call and book an appointment with the hair removal clinic in Manchester, which I'm going to go do electrolysis to get rid of my facial hair, and that's also funded under the NHS. This is all covered under the NHS, so I don't have to pay for anything. I have to pay for the trains, but then they give me the money back when I actually get there. So it's great, I get it all for free. It's awesome. It's wonderful. Good thing about living in the UK is you get the NHS, you get free healthcare if you claim benefits, which I do. That's about it, really. And then we'll see how it goes. I have another appointment with the hormone clinic next January, which will be roughly when I run out of meds. So they've given me like 3 months worth of medication, so I have to take. I was supposed to start yesterday, but I didn't get back in time to pick them up from the pharmacy, so I have to start today. And then we'll see how they'll check on me then. We'll see how things go. So that's about it. So things are looking up. Yay! And I will also, you'll see my progress because you'll be watching my videos, I presume. But I'm also going to be taking a selfie of a picture of myself every day for, well, not every day, either every week or every month. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet, just to show my progress, my transition from this to whatever you're going to see in the future. That's all. So thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, be sure to ding that notification bell so you know when I make a new video, because I can do it whenever I feel like it. Thanks to my patron Angel. If you want to support me on Patreon, please do. Links in the description. With your donations, I might be able to afford a decent camera and microphone sometime. So please send me money, people. And also, if you like to read books, you should check out Angel's page. Angel's Amazon page is, because there are several of them now. You can buy some books there, all kinds of stories, short stories, long stories, horror stories, comedies, whatever you want, it's all there. So just go check it out, support us, we need the money, and we love your support. So thank you all, see you next time, love and peace, take care of yourselves and each other.